Thank you for being here at Birchwood Hotel and Conference Center, where the African National Congress will be holding a 4-day National General Council starting tomorrow the 8th to the 12th of December. We will, at this point, listen to the Secretary General outlining all of the details that are required to talk about the upcoming NGC. Immediately after that, we will take you on a walkabout to inspect the location and the different venues that the ANC is going to be utilizing, including those that are very important for members of the media to be able to give effective support to this work, and ourselves being able to enable the environment for the media to be able to work effectively. At this point, I'd like to call on the Secretary General to give a few remarks on this matter.
Thank you, spokesperson, Comrade Mathiongi. Good afternoon, members of the media. Tomorrow we open the 5th National General Council of the African National Congress, a defining gathering in this renewal era. The NGC is where the movement pauses, reflects, evaluates its progress, and strengthens its program to transform the lives of our people. It is a moment of accountability and renewal, a moment to reaffirm the ANC as the only organization capable of leading meaningful social and economic transformation in South Africa. We thank the media fraternity for your cooperation in the build-up and for your continued service to democracy. Comrades and colleagues, I'm pleased to report that the ANC is fully ready for the National General Council. All logistics have been implemented smoothly with no disruptions. Accreditation is ongoing and functioning efficiently. There have been no delays or technical challenges. Delegates have arrived in high numbers, and all are expected to be ready and seated by 10 o'clock for the opening session tomorrow morning. The infrastructure, plenary hall, commissions, caucus rooms, media lounge, technical broadcast zones, security control points is complete and fully operational. 687 media personnel have registered, making this one of the best covered National General Councils in our democratic era. This reflects strong national and international interest in the direction of the ANC and the future of South Africa. Following this briefing, I will lead a guided walkabout with members of the media. We will visit the plenary hall, makeshift studios, media lounge, interview areas, and audio-visual control points. This is to ensure full transparency and to support journalists in doing their work effectively throughout the week. We urge all accredited media colleagues to arrive on time daily so that the program can proceed smoothly. This National General Council sits at the center of the movement, at the center of the movement's renewal project. It comes at a time when the ANC has taken bold steps to restore its integrity, rebuild organizational capacity, and reconnect with communities. The renewal agenda is producing measurable outcomes: stabilized governance, improved performance in key institutions, and enhanced economic confidence. South Africa's economy has shown clear signs of an upward turn, driven by structural reforms, improved energy supply stability, progress in freight logistics, and increased investor engagement. These green shoots confirm that disciplined leadership and focused implementation are taking effect. The NGC will deepen this trajectory. It will review our midterm organizational and governance performance, sharpen our ideological clarity on the national democratic revolution in the current balance of forces, strengthen the ANC's capacity to lead transformation with urgency, unity, and credibility. Our message is clear. The ANC remains the only political formation with a historical mandate, societal depth, and organizational capability to fundamentally transform the lives and livelihoods of South Africans. This NGC is about renewing that mandate and directing it with greater precision. Delegates will engage robustly and constructively with the midterm report of the National Executive Committee, organizational renewal and accountability, economic policy direction and the drivers of inclusive growth, governance reforms to strengthen state capability, social transformation, peace and stability, and international solidarity. The NGC declaration, which will guide the movement into the next phase. The ANC enters this NGC united, focused, and ready to lead. We expect disciplined discussions that strengthens the movement and advances the aspirations of our people. We thank the media for your continued partnership and professionalism. Your coverage ensures that South Africans follow and understand the work of their movement, the African National Congress. The ANC is ready, the delegates are ready, South Africa is ready. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade SG. I will at this point turn to yourselves, colleagues, and I am looking for hands. Newsroom Africa, followed by ENCA, and then SABC for now.
Junior Kumalo from Newsroom Africa. SG, you're saying that you're going into this NGC as a united front, basically as the ANC. But we've seen that there's already some murmurs that some of the staff within the ANC might be protesting outside the venue tomorrow. The letter seems to suggest that these staff members have not been paid by the ANC. Do you foresee this disrupting this big event that the ANC has put in place? Thank you.
Thank you very much. ENCA.
Thank you so much, Muluku Mloto from ENCA. Can you give us a breakdown of the delegates who will be attending here? And also, is it only members of the ANC, or you have extended the invitation perhaps to others who you believe might add value to your NGC? Secondly, if you can, give us a breakdown of major activities throughout the week. Lastly, in relation to the workers who allegedly have not been paid, these are ANC workers. How much are you spending on this NGC? And what is the difficulty in regard to paying salaries of your employees? And how do you justify you going out on this NGC when your workers haven't received their salary as considered? Thank you.
Thank you very much. SABC.
Good afternoon, colleagues. do you foresee any difficulty in terms of running the NGC in terms of the issues that are either in public or perhaps some of the issues that are canvassed? And of course, the issue around your workers is very key, because we've been here before. I think a couple of years ago, you had a situation where the ANC staff workers were not somehow paid. It looks like we're back there. Does that mean the ANC is struggling, or perhaps there are not enough sponsors to the party?
Thank you very much. We will leave it at that for now, and then ask the SG to continue. SG.
Thank you very much. Newsroom, staff protest. Issues of non-payment of staff have been attended to and have been resolved as we speak. There was an intention to protest given the issue of salaries, but that matter has been attended to. The component member of staff that is not paid, it is management, starting with me, Secretary General. All our staff below have been attended to in terms of salaries. We working on resolving this issue through our rigorous fundraising efforts to ensure that our staff bill is settled. The ANC every month has to service the staff salary to large amounts of 20 million per month. We are intending to work around it to ensure that this mishap of non-payment of people and all of that is resolved. It does not give us a good image as an organization, and we intend to resolve it permanently using our fundraising mechanisms. We rely on donors who give us money from time to time, and it is no longer like before. One person is allowed to donate once a particular figure, and so donors dry up because the financial situation and the bill that we are running is very high, and therefore the act that regulates funding of political parties affect the ANC because we are the largest party, and also it affects us in terms of sustaining the bill of salary to that particular tune. So the party funding model regulating the funding of political parties has had a negative effect in relation to the bigger party like the African National Congress. Other parties are very small, so they are not negatively affected. As you increase your majority, at the same time, you increase your staff component and the salary bill goes up. So we have to work out mechanisms of proper funding for the African National Congress going forward. So the staff protest that was planned, the management engaged with staff around these particular issues, and all their matters are being settled and sorted out in relation to salaries. ENCA breakdown of delegates, we expecting above 1,800 delegates from branches and structures, and then complemented by the NEC as well as the leagues, which will give us slightly above 2,000 delegates. We wanted this to become a political school, not just a big talk shop of 5,000 people. All these structures come from branches of the African National Congress, where BGMs were held, and branches in good standing coming to the National General Council. We have been engaging rigorously with the perspective about the state of the NDR throughout our structures coming to this National General Council. And the reflection of that will be in the quality and robust engagement in the debates in this General Council. So it's 4 days non-stop of engagement and accountability, giving back report on a whole lot of issues that the organization has been grappling with and so on. So major activity tomorrow night is declared the night of the Freedom Charter and celebrating the centenarians. In the evening, you are all invited to come and cover the event. The President will deliver on behalf of the National Executive Committee 70th celebration of the Freedom Charter statement. As you know that this year was the year of the Freedom Charter, celebrating 70 years of the Freedom Charter. So that celebration will take place tomorrow night. Among the centenarians that will be celebrating is Ntate Cholo, who turned 100 years this year. But we will celebrate also other centenarians who are no more, like Alfred Nzo, Mam Gertrude Shope, Alfred Nzo, the former Secretary General of the African National Congress. So all in all, we're looking at about 11 centenarians that will be celebrated tomorrow. And then from there is full steam commissions. And then the President will present the political report. The Secretary General will present the midterm report of the National Executive Committee. And then from there, we will then break into commissions to engage. We will close this National General Council on Thursday with resolutions and so on that would have been taken by the National General Council. I've answered the question of the salaries, ENCA, and the payment of people. And then SABC, any difficulty in running the NGC, there will be no difficulty. Any attempt that seek to divert us from the core business of this General Council will be thwarted off and will be undermined by the organization, and we are determined to do so. All what we are looking forward to is robust engagement and at the same time giving space to the organization to appreciate the moment and how we are going to march going forward to deal with this thing that we call existential crisis for the ANC. So we believe that we are fully prepared for discussions, and equally our structures are determined to make it a point that this organization of our people is preserved for many challenges to come. Our renewal agenda works perfectly well. We will be on record to have overcome glitches of registration. You remember where we come from. Registration takes time and all of that. This time around is being done efficiently and professionally. And everybody registered, going to their venues. The center holds. That's what is important. All our provinces I've just finished a technical meeting of the preparatory committee just now. All system go. All provinces have arrived in Johannesburg. All provinces have been registered, and people are fetching their tax, including guests. Something like that has never been seen before. We are improving the capacity of the ANC. Like we say, we're building the ANC root and branch. And that will be reflected tomorrow in this work that we're doing in building this giant movement. So we're looking forward to starting on time tomorrow at 10 o'clock exactly, without any glitches. Staff payment and sponsors, it's sponsorship and donations is a challenge that faces us all the time. And given the party that we are, big as we are, we keep, facing this particular challenge. And it is a challenge that the National Executive Committee have resolved that we need to sit down after the General Council and resolve this matter once and for all in terms of the funding of the African National Congress. Thank you very much.
My question on how much you're spending on the NGC was not responded to.
Well, how much we will spend on this General Council, the TG should be able to give us that account at the end, but it's not cheap. But we have cut costs a lot in terms of ensuring that we have a General Council that we can afford, and everybody from a T-shirt is contributing to this General Council. Normally, people will get free T-shirts and free bags. There's nothing like that in this General Council. Every delegate is funding their own T-shirt, their own bags, and so on in terms of the General Council, which is something that is encouraging because we are entrenching the culture in the ANC of members appreciating the organization that is theirs, and to support it financially, they must too make a contribution. And our members are responding very well to that. In this General Council, we are going paperless. We're using QR codes. All documents will be loaded. And then people will be using their own gadgets to upload the discussion documents. We will print documents, but we're using technology that every delegate can use the QR code in the plenary to upload the discussion documents that are necessary. So we are full steam in the AI environment, and at the same time, this General Council is going to be a test drive that the ANC members must use the technological capabilities that we are exposed to as a nation and as a society, but use that in running the organization. So that's what we'll be using in this General Council. We're going completely paperless in terms of the affairs of this General Council. Thank you very much.
Thank you, SG. I don't see any hands. Is there a follow-up, Junior?
So just a quick one.
And then it'll be followed by health.
Okay. SG, leading up to this NGC, there has been reports and suggestions that some people might seek to make this a succession battlefield, basically. Is this going to be on the table, the discussions around succession when it comes to the ANC? Because we know that, yes, this is a platform to review how the previous administration has performed, but are you also going to look forward in terms of who is going to take over come 2027 and allow people to start campaigning? Thank you.
This General Council is not going to discuss succession. That discussion belongs to the branches at that stage relevant to it, which will be in 2027. This General Council is about preparing the ANC to win elections, among others. This General Council is about consolidating the program of renewal of the African National Congress. We have learned about certain attempts which were made to try and divert us from the core business of this General Council to focus on matters that will have their own time to be discussed. And structures of the ANC throughout the country, I can tell you right now, we held PGCs, before PGCs, we have been discussing in branches and all of that. Nothing of that sort came up from the discussions of the provinces and the membership of the ANC. I can tell you right now that members and delegates are focused. Those who did not perform well in terms of the discussions, we have sent them back to focus. Of course, there are people who are not going to be here, some of them, and then others who are trying to sidetrack us with such. Our structures have overwhelmingly structures across the provinces defied such elements and destructive forces within our ranks. The ANC root and branch is cleansing itself daily. Unruly conduct of people who simply wake up and contribute destruction to the party is being undermined. The membership of the ANC is focused on the fact that this moment requires a united force going forward. You still have, glimpses of that, but not at large scale. We are running successful regional conferences that are taking place to renew the mandate of some of the regions. We have had a regional conference in Johannesburg. It finished without incidents. Contest was healthy. And we finished the regional conference of Khobusana. Conference was healthy. I had an opportunity to address both these regional conferences. Others will take place even after this General Council. By March, all provinces that are going to be holding their conferences in 2026, they must have finished with their conferences. We brought them forward, all of them, including the regions, so that the entire machinery of the party is going to be single-minded in going into an election campaign and all of that. We have done very positive things and focused the organization on the task at hand. We had a roll call of all our councillors. We have now a plan of action consolidating the economy, 10-point plan, which is our manifesto. And we have also an action plan on local government. You can see the results are coming. Where there is incompetence, we are acting decisively in many provinces. And you will see that in the midterm report that we are going to print and submit to you as well. Not to print, but we'll upload it for you, media, after we have presented the report. That report is a report of about 300 pages. It tells you about the work we have covered as an organization, but equally challenges and how we work every day to overcome those challenges. And we are going to come out of this General Council molded and with a single mind of consolidating this unity of the organization. There are people who are overzealous. I won't tell you a lie. who like this topic of leadership, even where it is not necessary. These are some of our ill-disciplined members. But we are dealing with discipline. We find you doing things that are not in the interest of the movement, we deal with you. And that's what we are pursuing. A party as big as ours will find some elements that are destructive. But I can assure you that in this General Council, throughout our structures preparing coming here, our structures have demonstrated resilience, the determination to get the ANC out of the 40% going forward. Things of leadership, we have resolved about them. They will be discussed. They will be engaged robustly at the right time when that is required. And that is 2007, when President Ramaphosa will have finished his term. And if membership of the ANC still want him to continue, the Constitution allows for a third term. But in terms of governance, he will not go back, because the ANC in 2029, he will have served his full second term as a president of the country. We value the asset called Ramaphosa very much in the ANC. And he has led in difficult times coming into this administration. He has led in times where he had to grapple, and his collective, with state capture. That's what Ramaphosa had to deal with. Ramaphosa's administration had to deal with COVID-19. None of the past administrations of the ANC have had to deal with such a momentous, disastrous, natural disaster like COVID, that have dealt a blow to our economy a great deal. He has had to deal with corruption, even within the ranks of the African National Congress. He has had to deal with the emergence of counter-revolution pursued by some of our own to weaken the ANC. As you would have seen in the last election, part of the account of our loss is to comrades who went and formed political parties to reinforce counter-revolution in South Africa and weaken the African National Congress. So those are the things that Ramaphosa's presidency and his era had to contend with. And an economy that was battered, in a sense, over time. Global recession, high cost of living as a result of some of the things that have been imposed on us, not by our choice, like the Ukraine-Russian war, what it meant for developing nations when it comes to the cost of living of our people. We're contending with those particular issues as we speak. The negative mood in the country because the economy is not performing, people are unemployed, government intervenes through DRD, but that is not sufficient. Coming to this General Council, we are attacked left and right, including by the superpowers, like the United States of America, aided by a fringe of white right-wingers in our country, going to America, bad-mouthing South Africa. And we've got to contend with that. Contend with the possibility that this trade war that have visited us will have its own consequences. And it therefore requires the administration of Ramaphosa and the ANC to diversify trade relations, of which Donald Trump administration, undermining our sovereignty as a nation. These are issues that the president has had to contend with. None of the former presidents had to contend with that. Not that they did not do well, they did. You can mention President Mbeki was excellent dealing with the economy. And then Jacob Zuma, there were also challenges, but they were outweighed by state capture and corruption, became the face of our government. But there were also good things that happened in that administration, which we collectively own. Where we found weaknesses, we acted with decisiveness, establish commissions and so on, deal with the other issues. So Ramaphosa had now to contend with the issues that I've actually mentioned. Peace and stability in our country is very important. Dealing with matters in the police, dealing with state institutions that were riddled with challenges that we come to see now, which the state itself has been completely weakened over a period of time. And so the question of the capability of the state is forever present and will also be discussed. And of course, losing our friends in the process, the Communist Party, and in a difficult period, the party taking decisions that we don't believe are not going to strengthen the broader movement and the alliance. They are definitely going to weaken us further, and so on. So these are the huge challenges that we've had to contend and deal with, but we are committed, and we are focusing everyone on this. That is why, quoting our former deputy president Didi Mabuza, may his soul rest in peace, umuntu odlala ngalento simshaya manje, simqede manje, ufa manje. So we don't have time for spoilers. Yeah, we deal with them with decisiveness and put them aside. Who are the spoilers? The spoilers who tell you stories that the president must be removed. A general council must be turned into Mukitwa guards. We must continue to project the ANC in the public as a disorganized force that does not appreciate the moment that it is in. An organization that is arrogant. We must not be humble in the face of the difficulties we actually face. So that moment in this General Council will never be tolerated. But besides, our members themselves have already rejected such negativity out of the window. We're coming in this General Council as a united force with single-mindedness and a powerful voice of rebuilding, renewing, and marching forward to consolidating the ANC back into power going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The chief, if you may just take this.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you have not received your salary yet. And then I just wanted to ask you about, will the track record and the future of the GNU also be discussed?
Yes, GNU will be discussed. We'll give a report back on the GNU. GNU is a tactical intervention. We'll give a report about that. I have said that management, starting with the SG, have not been paid. It's a decision that we took. That all this management anyway belongs account to the Secretary General. Top management. We prioritize all our staff to be paid. And we are working very hard to ensure that this mishap that visit us from time to time, it is resolved. The National Executive Committee have resolved just a week ago, before even salaries were paid, that this is a matter that requires focus and determination from all of us in the leadership to address these particular issues. So after the NGC, this matter will be addressed, not just, papering things, but with decisiveness, to make it a point that we don't from time to time get this issue that our staff is not being paid from time to time, as it has actually happened. Thank you.
Well, thank you, SG. I suppose at this point, is it safe to say we are adjourned? I think it is safe. I'm seeing nodding. Thank you very much. What will then happen now is that the SG will lead a walkabout with yourselves, colleagues of the media, just to give you a sense of our state of readiness in practical terms. So if you could join